What's up, Browns fans? Nathan Zegura here in time now for another edition of X's and Joe's presented by Keep It Fun Ohio. And this week we bring in Browns cornerback legend Joe Haden. And Joe, the Browns defense in Pittsburgh, while the Browns didn't get the win, the defense continued its excellent play.
Oh, no, they did a really good display of being able to stay really sticky to the receivers, being able to stop the run, and they did turning over the ball. So that was a really, really good job by them.
All right, so let's go into the film room now and take a look at one of those turnovers you talked about. This is Grant Delpit's interception situation here. 3rd and 3 on the Steelers' 16. The Browns showing cover 3 with match on the backside. So tell the people what that means.
It's showing cover 3, but you said with cover 3, you can either be single high, you could be man-to-man, or you could be a little zone drops. So the one thing I love about Cleveland is on this, when Denzel's on the backside with just one receiver, they let him match that up. They're in cover 3, but he's able to play that as in man, and then the inside linebacker, he knows that he has to be accountable for the running back. On the backside, we have just a complete zone drop. We have Emerson doing a great job just playing over the top. He has all that. And then Delpit, he does such a good job of reading the quarterback. Vision of break is so big in zone coverages. So you're reading the quarterback. He knows he has to be with the tight end and adjust to 3. But at the same time, if the quarterback's not looking over there, he's able to widen out and just make a fleet break drop. So they always want to make sure you have vision of break in zone coverages, and this is just a great example.
Yeah, you see his eyes right there firmly on the quarterback. Pickett doesn't even look at number 3. You're referring to the tight end, Pat Freiermuth. He knows he's got help to the inside, reads those eyes, breaks on the ball, does a great job. And Grant Delpit, finished last year, 3 picks in his final 4 games, gets his first of the season this year. He's been phenomenal in both of these games.
Oh, yeah, he for sure. Making plays on the ball, making tackles, just being in the right position all the time. He looks like he's becoming so much more comfortable to the player that I saw in college when he was coming out of LSU. Just the one he being dynamic, being able to cover, being able to make tackles, and just being able to be a game changer.
When you have a safety, you can come down like that. We saw last week, he goes and plays man-to-man on T. Higgins on a slot fade and gets the PBU. And then now here in the zone, being able to bring him up in kind of that hook area, close to the line of scrimmage, take advantage of his coverage abilities and his ability to be physical.
No, for sure. I mean, that's one thing when you have a guy like that can play high, play low. You can bring him in the box. You can just make him one of the like a all-American player. So I think this is really good for him being able to not only just break up plays, but be able to turn it over, being able to change the game for the offense. So he just continues to play like this, man. He's going to be a really good player.
I think he's got a chance to have a Pro Bowl season here. I love what we've seen from Grant Delpit in the start. Now, in the NFL, from week to week, you put something out on tape, and then teams adjust to it. And so the kind of chess match is, well, we can do this. We think you're going to do this to stop it. So instead, we're going to show you this look, but we're actually going to do this. Yes. And this is a perfect example here. Big 3rd down in the 4th quarter, and the Browns are going to show that kind of same look that we saw against Cincinnati on the opening drive that led to that sack. You got Myles Garrett lined up over the center. And against Cincinnati, he's doing the crossover, and he showed him the crossover. So he steps to the left and then rushes to the right of the center in that A-gap between the center and the right guard. So what do the Steelers do? They drop that right guard down to Myles Garrett. Little hands to the face, by the way. Little hands to the face from the center, no big deal. And so that fear of Myles allows Sione Takitaki to run free.
Oh, for sure.
You'll love to see that.
I love to see it. And at the same time, I'm always with the disguise. It looks like a too high, but the 26, the safety, he has the running back in this position. So my man 43 doesn't really have any responsibilities, so he's just trying to watch and see that once that shoulder of the guard goes away, he's ready to be ready in the full-blown attack mode.
Yeah, and again, that's what Myles Garrett does. If you look at it, you'd say, okay, look, they have a 5-man protection. They're even chipping with a tight end on the outside on Zadarius Smith, so it's really 6 for 5. So you would think somebody has everybody accounted for. Now, the running back, maybe he was the one who was supposed to pick up the free release because you see him look to the right, and maybe his peripherals do not get onto Sione Takitaki. But that's the Myles Garrett effect. 2 guys responsible for Myles Garrett. What does that create? Either one-on-ones for guys to have an opportunity to win, where you see a great spin move from Obo Okoronkwo, or it causes a miscommunication. You get a free runner, the Browns get a big sack and get off the field.
Man, for sure. It's nothing but attention on him. When you have Myles Garrett, when you saw the plays from previous, when he's doing the Euro step, when he's moving up there, and not only just doing that, he's pressuring the pocket and pushing it. So just having that guy there, making sure that no matter what happens, eyes are always going to be on him, and people are going to have the opportunities.
So this defense has been great through 2 weeks. We turn our attention now to the Tennessee Titans. So we know this offense has got to take care of the football and be better. But defensively, feels to me very similar to this week's game plan, right? Stop Derrick Henry on the early downs, put Ryan Tannehill in 3rd and long situations. That's not his bread and butter. Take him out of those play action situations and then just go after him, get after the quarterback.
Man, I think we have seen the blueprint of what the Cleveland Browns defense needs to do to continue to be really good this year. A lot of single high coverages because, I like our defensive backs versus the Tennessee Titans receivers. So just making sure we win those matchups and making sure we lock into the running game, making sure that our linebackers are shooting the gaps, and we're just keeping a lid on Derrick Henry. So once we do that, it's always, once you get into win first down, it's 2nd and long. We like 3rd and longs, being able to pin our ears back, have our defensive pass rush, get after the quarterback, and our DBs are playing really, really tight coverage. So it's not only pass breakups, it's picks.
When you have the corners like the Browns have, you have the safeties and the versatility and a Juan Thornhill and a Grant Delpit and a Rodney McLeod, you talk about single high. So that means the middle of the field is closed, but it also means you're counting on your guys on the outside. They have got to be able to cover. But when you do that, you now have guys, in theory, in all the zone windows, and you have the guys out locked down on the outside.
Yeah. I think having corners like that is having 3 number ones, being able to play man coverage, being able to press, being able to take away number 1, number 2, number 3. And it's not an easy thing that they're doing. So, just the respect that I have for these corners, being able to play press man, single high, changing a cover 3 where that's supposed to be kind of a down off where you can kind of just bail off a little bit. No, this is dual coverage. I have my man one-on-one, and that just keeps the window so much tighter and the room for error for the offense so much tighter. So I think the defense just continuing to push themselves, making sure all right, we have to do better. Like, we gave them up 13 points. We need to not give up. We need to eliminate the big play from Pickens. So I think just them just going on the details and then continue to doing what they're doing. I'm not mad at them at all. They've been playing extraordinary. So just hats off to them and continue to work on it and continue to try to be the reason why we win these games.
That's right. The Browns defense pretty much at the top of every statistical category in the NFL. Tough to run against, tough to throw against. They can turn you over. They can get to the quarterback, and we need to see that this Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. Hopefully next week we'll be back with another edition of X's and Joe's talking about a Browns victory. Thanks for being with us here. Brought to you as always by Keep It Fun Ohio.